Welcome back, listeners, to another episode of our special series in the Community Corner podcast, where we unravel the S&P 500. I'm Arnav.
And I'm Nikhil, and today we're going to be delving into Amazon, a company that has truly redefined commerce.
We're going to explore how Amazon transformed from an online bookstore into a global e-commerce and cloud computing giant.
That's right, and Amazon's journey is a fascinating tale of innovation, customer focus, and relentless ambition. Let's dive into how they became a household name for us all.
Yeah, so just kind of starting out right now with like how Amazon really started out its journey in the world of e-commerce. It kind of began in 1994 in Jeff Bezos' garage. I think it's kind of funny, like this is the second episode we're doing, and so far we're 2 for 2 for starting in a garage, so just want to point that out there. It's
Folks, take some notes here.
It's kind of ironic. What's your excuse? But it started as an online bookstore, right, and it leveraging the vast potential of the internet. The idea was simple yet revolutionary, to offer a vast selection of books to a global audience.
And like you said, the idea was simple, and so because of that, they had to take some very innovative approaches to really take Amazon a big leap of faith in those early years. I think Amazon's early innovation was its kind of user-friendly website. This was, again, keep in mind, this was a time where not every single person of the population really knew what the internet was, how to operate it, and things like that. And so being user-friendly really allowed them to attract so many different people. And a vast inventory that traditional bookstores couldn't match was also really important. And they also, really introduced customer reviews, which are a game changer in building trust and it's kind of a sense of community.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. They kind of set the precedent for customer reviews, right? We see customer reviews in basically anything we do online shopping, and Amazon literally transformed the landscape of online shopping. So if it weren't for Amazon, who knows? What if customer reviews weren't a thing? And so it's just crazy how they're such a forefront of this new innovative landscape, and how they were kind of the precedent of what was to come for not just the present but the future.
Exactly.
But kind of Amazon focus was on selection and customer experience, right? So how did these strategies contribute to their growth?
For sure. I mean, customer-centric approach was key. By offering, I think, like a wider selection than any physical store could, because obviously in person you can only hold so many books versus online you can pretty much hold whatever you want to. And kind of prioritizing customer feedback, I think Amazon really quickly became a go-to destination for book buyers online.
Well, for most of the viewers out there, they might not really know Amazon because of the books, right? So they definitely had to expand their business model from books to something else. Or how do they kind of expand it, like especially from like going from the late 90s where they're very book central and their entire customer base was just like book lovers, to what we know it as today, which is basically everything.
Yep, for sure. I mean, in the late 90s, Amazon really started to diversify its product range. I think it started venturing into music, electronics, apparel, and more. And so that was kind of the start of kind of getting to where we're at right now, where, like you said, it's kind of selling almost everything. And this expansion was driven by their vision to become an almost everything store, serving a wide range of consumer needs and not just books.
And that kind of diversification affected Amazon's market position to a very great extent, right? So diversification allowed Amazon to tap into new markets and customer bases. And so they continuously improved their logistics, supply chain, and customer service, which really set high standards for e-commerce globally. But with this rapid expansion, what challenges did Amazon face, especially in light of all this growth and really becoming the forerunners of this new digital e-commerce landscape?
I think two of the biggest things here are definitely the logistical and operational challenges due to kind of that rapid growth, right? If you have 1 week where, a customer has placed 6,000 orders where in the previous week, maybe it's 2 weeks before Christmas instead of 1 week before Christmas, they've only put 60 orders. Well, how do you keep track of all those things? And just that sudden level growth was something that Amazon really had to keep up with. So keeping up with that demand, managing a growing inventory, and just maintaining that same level of customer service quality that they were doing in those very initial years where they weren't getting as much customers were definitely constant challenges.
And that was like, and that was like the very like one of the earliest problems they had was inventory and all that stuff. But kind of moving into 2000s, kind of talk about how Amazon really maintained its industry leadership and kind of maintained its position as the top e-commerce brand on the market. And how it did that was its foray into cloud computing with AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, and its investment in AI and machine learning for better customer experiences have been pivotal. And that's just really important to know that AWS is kind of like a subsidiary of Amazon, and it's about like 30% of the revenue like is come from AWS, and that's where a lot of companies come and they use its cloud computing software. AWS is the leader in cloud computing, so basically Amazon's first in whatever they do, and especially in their investment in AI and machine learning, and a lot of stuff and a lot of innovative things that they're working on towards right now, and also things that the people love. Like for example, a lot of the statistics. Like a lot of statistics are done with cloud computing and with AI through Amazon. And so like for football where people watch, like what percentage is this guy gonna make the catch, stuff like that. So Amazon's really been the pivotal forefront runner for this type of stuff, and it's just really interesting to watch how they grow. And I think they've also embraced mobile commerce, which really adapting to changing consumer behavior. Because I guess as the years go on, people are more inclined to shop from their phone, right? Not everyone has a computer where they, a computer desktop. Like let's say I'm in the airport and I want to shop, people will shop from their phone. So they kind of adapted towards that market and also been embracing mobile commerce recently. And so it just kind of goes to show how Amazon's really adapting to its market and maximizing revenue growth wherever it can.
Exactly. And I think with that said, right, Amazon is kind of in this position now where it's trying to just keep itself at the forefront of the e-commerce industry, where it's kind of already out there and it's just really trying to maintain it. And I think one of the main things that's keeping it there is that innovation. It's truly at the heart of Amazon's strategy. Their ventures into new technologies, right? They are currently exploring, doing drone delivery, and that constant commitment to customer service is what really keeps them ahead. I think Amazon Prime, for example, is a prime example, no pun intended, of how they've created an entire ecosystem for their customers.
Especially like they've ventured into so many different things, like Amazon Prime with the movies and TV shows, as well as faster delivery, and the drone. And I literally saw before my own eyes Amazon delivering a drone, or I think it was Walmart actually, but it's just crazy to see how they influence everyone else and their competitors to be better. And that's kind of how innovation and technology grows in the world we know it today. So Amazon's story is one of continuous evolution and customer centricity, and it just it goes to show that with a clear vision, customer focus, and willingness to innovate, even the loftiest ambitions can be achieved.
Yep, thank you, Arnav, for that deep insight onto Amazon's history. To our listeners, stay tuned as we continue to explore the inspiring stories of the S&P 500 companies.
Thank you so much, guys. Join us next time for more insights into the companies shaping our world. This is the Community Corner podcast, where every story matters. Until next time, peace.
Peace.